Yes, as I walk through the uncanny valley of death, you shall fear no evil, for I am that evil.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and they-thems, to Uncanny Valley. We're talking about Krampus from 2015 today, directed by Michael Dougherty. I really like this movie. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it has a lot of problems, but I really like watching it. What do you think about this movie?
I remember watching this when it came out and thinking it was purely an okay movie, but going back to it, I think this is borderline a classic. The first half,
Hell yeah.
okay, the first half is a little slow to build up to it, but once we hit the second half, it's fucking awesome. Entire way through. So
The
wish we
sound
got a sequel to
design
this
and
one.
the practical design are so good.
Not even just that, the mood lighting throughout the entire film is gorgeous.
Yes.
And I
I
was
think I
watching the
texted
Blu-ray
you.
version.
You felt
Yeah.
like you were watching the Blu-ray version?
No, I was watching the Blu-ray version, but imagine what the 4K color grading looks like on it.
Yeah, I don't have a 4K player right now. I have the 4K, and I was really frustrated to not be able to watch the properly redone version of it because I love the cool, moody lighting of this. It's all blue and gray. All the light gets taken out of it sort of after the first act, and it has this gorgeous aesthetic that I feel like not a lot of movies are willing to take on.
Not even that, it's movies with like weather effects. When you up the resolution, that's like the most you can tell. Because at first before I really got into physical media collecting, I was just like, streaming works fine like everyone else does, and like I felt like you couldn't notice a difference. Until weirdly, I watched Mandy, the Nicolas Cage movie, and there was a scene in the rain. You can see the bitrate difference between streaming and a Blu-ray copy of a rain scene. Oh, I can only
Completely.
imagine what the snow looks like in 4K.
I still
And
haven't watched it. I really would love to. I
yeah, oh,
noticed, so I watched the first half of this yesterday on digital through Prime, and I watched the second half
mhm.
today on the Blu-ray, and I'm glad I even did that because it was an astounding difference. I could tell someone this is the 4K, and they would probably believe it if I showed them the streaming version first.
That's what I felt like when I was watching the Blu-ray. I was like, hold on, this looks like it's HDR, like 4K. Like this looks better than half of the 4Ks I own.
I would say this movie is beautiful. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. There's a lot of great visual design in this movie, even down to the framing.
It's strange though, because when you go into like the concept of Krampus as a horror movie, you expect it to be like low budget, slot, like bargain bin movie, but it's directed as Starset, and the cat got fucking Tony Collette in this movie. I don't know how they managed to pitch this to like higher ups to get this made.
The
I'm looking
cast
at
was
it right.
crazy.
To be fair, I feel like out of the entire cast, Tony Collette is the only one that tried acting. So this might have been a fast shoot.
I feel like Adam Scott is giving it something, especially weirdly earlier in the movie when he's talking to his son about family and what it means to try to connect with family. He's giving it a lot of good dad.
Oh, Chris, you cut. Are you with me?
Yeah, am I not?
Oh, you said giving it a lot of good dad, and then you just vanished for me.
Oh, a lot of good dad acting.
Yeah, I thought the opposite. I can feel. I know the scene that you're talking about, where it's him sat with his son, and when the camera cut to him, it was unsettling how inhuman that man looked in that one scene. I actually, I don't know if I have it in my notes, but this is peak uncanny valley for me. The way Adam Scott's eyes looked in that scene, it was almost
Damn,
mannequin.
damn. I don't agree. I don't think he's acting like he is in. I don't know. it's difficult. I don't feel like he's fully giving it everything, but I also feel like he's playing the character decently.
Nah, I think as someone who didn't grow up with a dad, if you think that's good
Grim.
fatherly acting, you've got some daddy issues, man.
There
He's
is a
got
bit of trivia.
that stone cold, showing no emotion or personality, not even blinking during some scenes. It's
Crazy.
like everyone's
Okay.
dad.
I never got that. He's my favorite in this, but I just like Adam Scott a lot also.
See, maybe that's where we differ because I don't like him whatsoever.
Whoa,
I feel
crazy.
like he's
Have
a
you seen
very
Parks and Rec?
cardboard man. I've not seen Parks and Rec. I tend to stay away from sitcoms unless
There.
it's 8 a.m. and we're playing in the workroom television. Then I'll watch a wee bit of Everybody Loves Raymond. That's about as far as I
Oh,
go.
that's grim of you to watch Everybody Loves Raymond, but not Parks and Rec. I like
What's wrong with Everybody
Everybody
Loves
Loves Raymond
Raymond?
to a degree. Nothing. I like it. It's just I think Parks and Rec is a better written sitcom.
No, you slap on a bit of Raymond, you slap on some Seinfeld, and you're good to go.
I do love Everybody Loves Raymond. It's good.
Yeah, so why are you dissing it?
Compared to Parks and Rec, I think it's not as good of a sitcom.
No, no, no. New sitcoms don't have the sauce old sitcoms have. There's a warm feeling that comes with just how, what's the word I'm trying to think here? Inconsequential old
Stockholm
sitcoms
syndrome
are.
is what you're
No,
thinking
no.
about.
No, I grew up in a household loving The Big Bang Theory. If anything, I should be nostalgia for. Should have nostalgia for. You can tell the Serrano's hitting already for newer
Nobody should
sitcoms.
have nostalgia for The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, people do. I guarantee you, people do. I've met them. They exist.
I
Should
do have a
probably
bit of
talk about.
trivia about the casting of this movie.
Oh, go
Allison
go go.
Tolman, who plays the Republican wife, David Ketchner's wife, she's the first person who was cast in the movie. I got that from the commentary.
Did they give a reason, or was she just first
She's a
one there?
horror movie buff, is what they said. She really loves horror movies and she was eager to be a part of it. She got cast off of Fargo season 2. I don't know if you've seen that, but she's really good in that.
I have not. See, that's the thing with horror movies is all the actors tend to come from TV backgrounds, and you watch TV and I watch no TV, so I never recognise anybody, and you recognise everyone. You need to
Yeah,
get into like more mainstream movies or such obscure movies that you can't recognise anybody from it, and then we'll be on equal footing.
then we'll be at equal. I think equal footing is both of us having information that is useful.
No, both of us can just be lost. I prefer that.
Okay. You don't like
Should
David
we?
Ketchner, the balding guy?
I was looking at his filmography and I saw that he was in Twin Peaks. Was he in Twin Peaks?
He's in Twin Peaks.
Apparently so. Maybe it was The
That's
Return.
crazy.
See, this is
It
what
must have been The
Letterboxd says
Return,
today.
which I haven't seen yet.
I kept thinking, was he the like balding drug money guy that went like mute for a season? I was like, surely that's not him, but he kind of looks like him. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. I'll see if it's in his bio.
Okay.
I
I'll
feel
say
like
at
if
the
you're in
time,
Twin Peaks,
I
it's
always
not in your
confuse David
bio.
Ketchner with Rob Corddry, who's in I think Hot Tub Time Machine.
I saw that once as a child, and I could not tell you anything about that. Okay, it doesn't even
That's
say in his bio what he's in Twin Peaks. Hold on. Oh, as in Twin
weird.
Peaks for Return. You're correct.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on,
it had to have been.
this
I
is
haven't seen
important
Twin Peaks: The
information.
Return.
See, the problem is with Twin Peaks: The Return is it seems like every single person that was ever a fan of David Lynch asked him to be in it, and he said, "Okay, I'll give you a scene."
There's a lot of people in that I've noticed. Yeah.
I mean, I'm scrolling down the cast list, and Aubrey from the first Caroline Fern is like the 50th member down. Well, he was Detective Fusco. I cannot tell you who that is. Apparently, he
It
had the
makes
same
sense that he
screen
was a
time
detective.
as Matthew Lillard. I can easily tell you who Matthew Lillard was.
Matthew Lillard is in that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Don't
and he's
tell
the
me
best
anymore. I don't want
actor
to
in
know.
the
I want to
show.
be surprised. I want to be surprised when I watch it. I still
I'm
want to
not. I'm not
watch it.
gonna. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna say that if you want like the best actor of any David Lynch ever, it's Matthew Lillard in Twin Peaks: The Return. He's
That's
insane in
exciting as
that
hell.
role.
Okay. I'm really excited to watch that. I love him. He's in a House episode.
He's in a House episode.
I'm 90% sure. Yeah.
Um,
This
the
episode can't just be us
the,
looking stuff up. He definitely is though.
the hospital show. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about like weird Japanese horror
The
house
Japanese
for
horror
a sec.
movie. No,
I
no,
was
no.
like,
No, I'm talking about Hospital Sherlock Holmes.
oh, okay. I remember seeing one episode of that as a child where someone got an infection from having like worn used underwear or something, and I was like, I don't need to be watching any of this.
I don't
Like
remember
as
that.
a 7 or 8 year old, I was like, this is where I tap.
Fair.
Okay, should we actually talk about the movie now?
Yeah, how many times had you seen this before?
I have seen it once, presumably 2015, so a decade ago.
Okay. I've seen this
How
at
many?
least 2 times. I'm seeing on Letterboxd, probably 3 or 4 times before.
I was going to say the amount you gassed this up. I assumed you'd seen this like 10+ times already.
Yeah, fair. I mean, it could be 5 maximum. I guess 6 max at this point. I've had it on in the background before. I like the vibe of this movie a lot. And the first time I watched it was on my phone, I think.
Oh, good God! David Lynch would be so embarrassed.
I know. I don't know why I did that. I think I was just excited to see it, and I didn't have another way to watch it at the time.
The only movie that I can tell you I've watched only on my phone is The In-Betweeners, and I don't even know if you get that in America because I know you tried to do an American In-Betweeners and it was dog shit.
I have seen all of the In-Betweeners and the first movie.
So you can see how that's a cinematic experience that can be enjoyed on your phone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
With the key action scene being a chunk of shite chasing a man down a swimming pool shit.
Right. Yeah, there's not much going on. Let's first talk about relevant to our oeuvre, the Christmas shopping scene that I like more than the Black Friday scene from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I have it as my first notes, the Thanksgiving opening scene. But good? Question mark.
Exactly.
Or so much sauce. Everything's framed so incredibly well, being such a
The
chaotic scene.
choreography, they had to have choreographed this like intensely.
Or they just went, have a brawl, and we'll shoot 20 hours of footage and find some bangers.
I guess, yeah.
I
Just
don't know how you
got 80
orchestrate that many
stuntmen.
people. No, you
True.
just give, like, people in the street $20 each and go have a fight. You get enough people eventually. So
True.
you'll be in a Tony
My,
Collette movie.
that's also my first note is about that scene. My second note is this is shot in New Zealand, which I got from the commentary.
I was going to say the fact that you could pick that up whilst watching a movie is remarkable. This commentary, I'm taking that compliment away.
No, it's from a soundstage. It's in a soundstage. There's no way I could pick that up.
It crescendos with Rolf getting his ass beaten by a wise man. Which at first I was chopping a little joke. I was like, "Oh, the wise man's beating the donkey ass." Unfortunately, the onesie has a little red light on the nose. I took the steam out of
Oh,
myself in that one.
yeah, damn. Close though.
So we don't see it in the fight, but according to family later on, Rolf drop kicked the wise man through the manger. It's an insane fight for like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I've got some injuries when I was 10 fighting. I was never I hadn't introduced wrestling moves into my repertoire at that point.
No, I don't even know how you could pull that off without practicing it.
and in your Rudolph onesie. But my
Impressive.
notes were kind of all over the place here. So can you take
Mine
the
too.
family?
I go right into just Christmas gathering, the first dinner. My first note after that is what a cast. I think this is a really nice cast. I don't know if you're familiar with Conchata Ferrell, the great aunt or the not grandmother. I think she's the aunt, the really crabby lady.
Oh no, the crabby lady.
She's in Two and a Half Men, is what I know her from.
Oh, you're so correct. I literally have in my notes here the 2.5 men, mate? Question mark! Exclamation mark!
Yeah, and she's maybe the only good part of that show. I think she's very funny. I like her just as an actor. She's
I
passed
like the
away
half man.
at this
The
point.
half man was good. What was his name
True.
before he went insane and joined a cult?
I don't know. I think his name is Jake in the show. I don't
Jake. I
remember the
I
real
liked
guy's
I
name.
liked half man Jake.
He's funny, yeah.
To be
I
fair,
don't know why
Charlie
I
Sheen does
watched
have
even a
some
bit
good
of that
lines.
show.
Yeah, I
He
watched.
does. I mean, he's just a funny guy. Charlie Sheen is a funny actor and pulls that into the show, but I don't think, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've seen all of 2.5 Men up until Zac Efron, and I just don't remember it because for some
Zac
reason
Efron is
just
in Two and a Half Men.
replaces Charlie Sheen.
Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, it's the same man. It's basically the same man.
No, Zac Efron is way funnier.
Regardless, I think I've seen all of it because the UK for some reason just didn't get 2.5 Men up until I just like became a teenager, and then one of our channels decided they were going to show it like once a night until it finished. And I don't know why as a teenager I was like hooked on 2.5 Men, but that was my shit, and I can't tell you anything that happened throughout the show at all.
Me neither. I
Well,
watched enough of it that I should be able to tell you something.
it's so bad. Go back and watch it. The laugh tracks are so obnoxious it ruins everything.
That's a bad show. I definitely
Yes.
watched the episode where Ashton Kutcher shows up, and I watched. Have you seen the finale of that?
No, I assume does Charlie Sheen not die or something in it?
Yeah, the finale is fucking crazy. First of all, the other man meets Christian Slater in a prison, which is weird. And then at the very end of it, a man dressed like Charlie Sheen knocks on the front door of the house, and then a piano falls on him. And then the camera pans out and looks at the creator of the show in a director's chair. And he says Charlie Sheen's famous line from the show, which I don't remember at the point. It was a
Charlie
weird
Sheen.
episode. I'm glad I watched it when it aired.
Charlie Sheen has a famous line in the show.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is because it's not notable. But he has a line.
Doesn't
He says a lot.
doesn't it just go like, "I'm going to sexually harass a woman," and then like a laugh track plays, and that's like
Something
his
like
bit.
that. Yeah.
His famous quote,
Oh,
"I'm going to sexually harass women."
it's something he said in the news at some point.
Was it
It became
winning?
his catchphrase.
Not in
When
the
he got
show, but
arrested for drinking tiger blood,
yeah, is it winning?
winning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
That's not in the show. That's just him.
Oh, that's just his thing?
That's just his thing.
Weird. Okay.
So shout
Well,
out
so
to
it pans
Tiger
out and
Blood
Chuck
Vapes.
Lorre says winning.
We're back yapping. This is an episode of 2.5 Men.
We're so off track. Um, they had this dinner. They had their Christmas dinner on December 23rd or 22nd. I don't know why. Uh,
Before we're at the Christmas dinner, I like to say we get the scene where we're stressed out and like we're like, oh fuck, everyone we
oh,
don't
good. We're
like's
not even to
coming
the dinner
over
yet.
and they're poor. And I have a note here that just says, "Based Pony Colette breeding policy." She's having a conversation with her daughter, and then
Oh, you're right.
daughter
Yeah.
says to her, "Yeah, you said we shouldn't be allowed to breed," and then she says in return, "No, if we should have had to do a survey to see if we could breed," which is something that
Yeah, she
I
supports eugenics, apparently.
No, it's not eugenics. It's she's just sick of dumb cunts. Because I say this all the time. I've
It
people that
doesn't
know
work.
me in real life.
America has put like testing for eligibility to vote in the past, and it just becomes a racist thing. It just gets abused. You can't do that and have it not become
No,
eugenics.
it would. I know it would, but in an ideal world, I think there should be some kind of test,
I
and then
don't
maybe,
necessarily
maybe
disagree at a very base level.
you just get a little snip if you fail it. Maybe if you you can reset it, we'll fix you somehow.
Well, I mean, I think a vasectomy is pretty easily reversed.
Is it? I thought that was a done deal.
No, no, it's pretty easily undone. I kind of want to get one. I'm just very wary about snips in that area.
You're all for fruit. You're not allowed. Oh, looking this up. I don't think this is a real thing.
No, vasectomies are pretty easily reversible. They just put them back together.
That's insane, but you can do that. Hold on.
Yeah, people just
You
don't
think,
want to get it. That's the only thing. It's not that it's permanent.
but you think like your body would be like, no, no, no. I played this game before. It's insane that you can just. It's like plumbing. Just move
Yeah,
the pipe and then go. Actually, we're putting it back.
I'm pretty sure it's not even 100%. It's something like 99.8%.
Except well, you every day's a school day, I suppose.
Ain't that true?
I could go get the snip and sit when I feel like it.
Is this when
Why
we
don't
also see
women just
the?
tell men to do that rather than get them? But for women listening and you don't want a baby, tell your guy get his ball snapped.
That's
Make things so much
frankly
easier.
why I'd want to get it. It's just easy and it's very effective.
Surely it's
Yeah,
got to be costly.
it's got to be costly, and then there's also STDs to worry about if you're talking about actually wearing protection, having sex with
Yeah,
people.
it's not even that. I feel like if I was a surgeon, I'd be like costing a surcharge to be doing someone's balls. Like I'll do like
True.
your chest and your face, but if you want me to do the balls, you're paying extra.
Got to soak everything in extreme iso alcohol so that it gets disinfected.
It's like it's not even that. We're getting like a free shave out of that because you'd have to shave whilst you're doing
You're getting a free shave.
there.
All right,
Okay,
so we've talked about Krampus for about 5 minutes, and we've talked about balls and assorted things for about eight now.
it's good to have a healthy balance,
True,
and it
true.
was educational.
It was. Hopefully, people learned a little something. I wanted to note that the mom, Tony Collette's character, made gravlax and creme brulee for the Christmas dinner. I don't even know what gravlax is.
I was
Why would
about to
you
say
do
I've
this?
done like professional cookery for 2 years, and I've never heard of a gravlax in my life. Creme brulee do look beautiful. I cannot stress enough how good those creme brulee do look.
They look
I had my,
good.
I think I had my first creme brulee. It would have been like 2 months ago, 3 months ago now. Incredible. I don't know why that's not just a standard everyday dessert like a cheesecake or a chocolate cake. They
It
are
seems like a lot of
ungodly
work.
good. It seems like it. Well, so does every form of cake, to be fair.
True. Yeah, that's
Most
true.
food is also a lot of work.
Yeah, all right.
Chris, why do they invite these people over? I get like the whole thing's supposed to be like, oh, it's Christmas and it's your family, but they're dickheads.
Well, I like the extended family nature of it on the surface because it's Tony Collette inviting her sister over, and her sister has this weird gun nut husband and very, very strange children. And then it turns out the aunt has just tagged along, has kind of forced her way into this. It feels
Yeah,
very
and
family.
it's a strange dynamic though because they set up Tony Collette's family as being like more a more left wing family, but they're rich, and then the poor family are like Republicans are also into a
Yeah,
conspiracy theory. I don't know if it's supposed to be framed that like we are supposed to be more biased towards them because they're poor, but also I feel like they're probably just actually bad people as well.
yeah, I don't like that they literally say Democrats at some point. I don't like that they're actually drawing that comparison because it's clear what the perspective of the writer is in that, oh, everyone sucks, but these people are idiots, you know?
Yeah, I just feel
It
so weird
doesn't,
things,
it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest.
and especially because like if you're going to do that, you can't like then say, oh well, we should all be friendly at the end of the movie. If you're like, well, yeah, these people are the poor, stupid people, and these people are the nice, happy people, but we should put that aside and be nice for a day.
They,
Especially
at
like when
worst, they
you,
say these people, the rich people, are nice but very distant from each other. Like they have no time to connect. But it seems like
no,
if they
because
bother to connect, then they'd be fine.
no, I feel like that extends to the more right wing family as well, because we hear in, I think his name's Matt, that the kid's letter to Santa, he also asked Santa to help like their relationship because they've been struggling as well. I just feel like because of where we meet them and it's at the family gathering, it doesn't get delved into too much because we're too busy dealing with like Tony Collette's relationship.
True. Yeah.
See, I was paying attention. I was taking notes, but I
No,
was,
you were,
yes.
and that's something else from the commentary is he says that the two kids from the shitty family start this whole thing by bullying Max about the letter, which implies that none of this would have happened and none of this would have been invited if Max didn't rip up the letter. Which, the movie does kind of show in a way, but it's also it's weird that that's the only thing that caused all of this.
Yeah, and I also don't. Okay, I get the whole they've fallen out of love with Christmas. Christmas isn't the same anymore. You see that in the beginning before the other families show up, where Max is like, "Oh, can we watch the Charlie Brown Christmas special and wrap presents?" And they're like, "We're a little dickhead and got in a fight with a wise man, so fuck off. No one wants to talk to you." And it's clear there's the divide from the beginning, but it is also the other family that do ruin Christmas. Like Max wasn't having a good Christmas, but he wasn't not enjoying Christmas. It is actively this other family that caused the issue. So I don't see why Max and Tony Collette's family have to deal with the shit. Because like he
Yeah,
still
I
kind of
don't
believes in Santa.
I don't
The other kids
understand
are
that
like,
perspective entirely.
no. There's a couple of moments in this where I think the script's been rewrote a little bit, but we'll see if I remember that by the time we get.
They do mention in the commentary that there were a couple of test screenings. So I wouldn't be surprised if they chopped it to ribbons a little bit.
I also think you probably want to just try to get more to the, because oh my god, the end of this film could not have been cheap. We're probably trying to make sure you get as much of the cool stuff at the end as humanly possible. But they also probably
True.
couldn't afford too much.
There's so much going on in the last act of this movie.
Oh, also, the aunt from who seems to be more closely connected to Tony Collette's sister's family also has, I have an exact quote here, doesn't make a ham at Christmas. Are you now a Jew? So she's also anti-Semitic.
Yeah, she's really awful.
Alternatively, she might also just be a Kanye West fan. The jury's out on that, but based on how the family are, probably not listening to black artists, I'd imagine.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
So, what do you think of Max being like? What age would you say he is? Like 10, 9, 10ish? Like still
What do I think
writing
of
out
Max in
his.
general?
No, I was gonna say specifically like his like what's the word I'm looking for here? His like almost faith like dependency on Santa and Christmas because he still writes Christmas letter that like the kids steal from him and what causes the events to come. But like I feel like even if a child, because he says early in the film, I feel like we're going back to I'm talking too much. He says early in the film, yeah, I know Christmas isn't real, but I don't want to ruin it for the little kids. But then he also does seem to legitimately think it's real because he's still writing letters to Santa Claus.
Well, he's probably at an age where everyone around him is saying that Santa isn't real, but he still believes in it, which, in two parts, when kids are raised, especially in a religious household, the idea of belief isn't as easily dispelled. And the second part of that is I knew a kid who was maybe 14, 13 or 14, who still believed in Santa Claus and would not believe any opinion that was ran against that.
I feel at that point it's more attention seeking because that child knows that people will go, "Oh my God, you still believe in Santa?"
True. Probably not wrong.
I also like to bring notice. Sorry, my voice is going. It is 1:30 in the morning, so my my voice will be going up and down. But in the film, we get the grandmother, the German grandmum. She speaks to Max, and she doesn't refer to Santa as Santa. She specifically says Saint Nicholas, and she talks about like the faith in Christmas time and that. I just think it's a cool little parallel to be having, like, because was Saint Nicholas not like a Christian bishop, and that's where we get Santa Claus from, and
That's
then we
true.
have
Yeah.
Krampus, who's this very demonic, has of thorns for fuck's sake on his head.
I think St. Nicholas wore a brown suit.
Would he not have had those
Omi
little
was supposed to
pointy
be
hats?
deaf.
I'm looking up Saint Nicholas. I feel like he would have had a pointy hat for some reason. He did have a
I
pointy
don't
hat.
remember. Okay. I think he just looked
Haha.
like Santa, but brown. He was brown Santa.
he's he's Black Santa.
No, that's the Dutch one.
There's a
Let's not
Black
talk about
Dutch
that.
Santa.
Let's not talk about Sinterklaas.
Well, the oldest. What? Okay, I'm looking at different artworks here, and sometimes he's white as snow. Sometimes he's incredibly black, and I found one where he seems to have Asian influences.
I'm
So
sure you
Saint,
can find all sorts.
as I was saying, Saint Nick was a man of the people. We'll say that.
Yes, we can say that. I do want to mention that Omi was supposed to be deaf in the first draft of the script, but they made her German, which I think was a good choice. I think her being deaf would be weird.
Well, Krampus is it's a German thing, isn't it? So I feel like it just makes more sense.
It really does make more sense. It wouldn't have made much sense for her to be deaf, to be honest.
Can we also put a little pause on how she says Krampus? She always she rolls the R so strong. She goes, "Oh, it's Krampus."
Krampus.
Oh, he's from. Oh, apparently he was Greek.
He was Greek?
Saint Nicholas was Greek, so he was a little
Weird.
tad, but he was white. He came from a sunny ass place for being the man associated with snow, didn't he?
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, where are we at now in the story?
I think we're still at the dinner, aren't we?
Yeah, we're still at Christmas dinner. I think the only note I have here is the ham Jew. So you go ahead.
I think pretty quickly they start fighting, and then we grab dessert. There's a bit of fighting, and then people stop each other from fighting, and then the creme brulee comes out, and then as that's happening, is it Stevie and Jordan start fighting Max? Sort of a
Oh
food
my
fight
god,
breaks
you've
out.
remembered their names. Holy shit.
I remember those three kids for the most part. I don't remember anyone else's names. I don't think the
So we have
characters in this movie are very strong.
now we have Tony Collette, she's beefing with Aunt Dorothy. We have Adam Scott, who's like having his little snide remarks at his brother. And
He
then you
seems like a
have
Steve.
he does seem like a Steve, but I feel like you could say that about any Adam Scott character.
That's true.
Man just looks like Steve. He also looks like Adam, to be fair, he suits his name.
He does.
Every child has a very rational crash out, which Yeah, I feel like his family are also dickheads for facilitating this seemingly every single year. Because I get the whole thing of it's like, oh, they're poor, we want to include them in Christmas. If your child is getting bullied every single year for multiple days on Christmas, you're really the dickhead in that situation, are you not?
Yeah, stop inviting your family over.
Yeah, I hate this whole idea that people have where it's like, oh, but this person fucked this person and now we both exist, so that means we should be friends. No, sometimes people are just assholes and you don't have to include them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, people. It might be more of an American thing, also. Just well, it's your family.
No, it's very much a thing here as well.
Okay.
I'm not one for it whatsoever. Um,
No, me neither. I'm adopted though. I've always felt a bit separated from the idea of family.
yeah, but see, that's the thing. I don't understand because family is people that you're forced to be connected to, and then your friends are people that you choose. So surely your friends should take priority.
You'd think.
That's how I've always saw it. Both are just bonds that you have with other human beings. If one's forced and one's chosen, I feel like one is more valuable than the other.
Yeah, that's why the idea of found family is a big theme. I feel like recently, especially.
Yeah, but I feel like that's more because thanks to the internet, people are more open about their family issues and the trauma they've had growing up. So people are more likely to share that story and get in contact with other people who have left that for slowly diving away from family is important.
True. I did want to note
Anyway,
before we move on from this scene that the fight choreography between the kids is pretty impressive.
how so?
I don't know. There's a lot of like smackdowns and pushing and pulling in a way that was impressive to me considering that kids probably have a lot of liability waivers.
Yeah, but this is also a child that has apparently just drop kicked a wise man through a manger.
True.
So I feel like he shouldn't be on the floor that easy.
After this, we get Max ripping up the paper. My note
Yeah, my
is that it starts snowing viciously, which maybe implies that this is the point when they wind up in the snow globe. That's
oh, I
gonna
didn't
come
think
back
of
to
it.
the very end.
I have two notes for this scene. I've got the dad is a fucking pussy and the kid is a chad, and then oh big cloud. Which I feel
Oh, big cloud.
I feel like what I was we talking about with the previous scene kind of covers my feeling with the way the dad is speaking to the son. Because it's like you're just straight up lying to him when he's like, "Why do you invite him every year just to attack me?" And he's like, "Well, you have to be nice even if they're assholes." And it's like, "No, you're just a pussy. Just don't invite them. How about you grow some balls and not have your child like base day of the year ruined because you can't say no
Yeah,
to your
have a
brother?"
conversation with your spouse about this.
And it's like your spouse is Tony Collette. I'm sure she could fuck her shit up if she wanted to. Just tell her to do it.
True.
Told Dorothy to fuck off in the kitchen, didn't you?
Yeah. I also noted that I'd be upset with this kid because he rips up this paper and just throws it into their backyard. It flies away incidentally because of it's a movie, but hypothetically, he's just ripping up paper and throwing it in their backyard.
So you don't think if your son did that and you saw his ripped up Santa letter after the family dispute, your focus would more be on fuck my child's littering than
Yeah, I'd rip my
oh
child up and throw him in the backyard.
so say rather than like my 10-year-old's like suicidal because I won't tell this MAGA insane family to stay away from us.
No, I just mowed that lawn.
So I became very distracted. My hamster Theodore has came out and has decided to start making a little parkour course over his house.
Hell yeah,
As
Theo.
I'm very curious to see what his plan is. He keeps getting up on things and then having a little think, and then looking at me as if I'm supposed to assist in any way, shape, or form.
No, he's on his own right now.
So I
Uh,
never thought of him being in. the snow globe from this moment? Well, you think, like, from the second the curse hits, this is just it, we're done?
I am starting to think that. I don't really know if that occurred to me before this viewing, but it makes the most sense. The only thing that cuts it for me is that there's a DHL, there's a delivery driver delivering packages who is stuck here also.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay. So I was going to say, so start the next day and the power's out, presumably the curse, all types of
This is
communication.
December
And
23rd now.
yeah, I don't think the times don't really make sense. That's just a facility move the story forward. I don't know, we
Okay.
could have just set this on Christmas Eve, couldn't we? Like, what difference
I
would
don't
it
know why
make if
they
we just
didn't.
put it
That's
on
why I
Monday?
wanted to call out. I honestly didn't take notes about when the next day rolls over, but I thought it was weird that this is the 23rd that the
How
movie
many
starts
days does this
kicking off.
take place over?
I don't know. They say they're going to stay here for 3 days, but it feels like the movie ends on Christmas Eve, doesn't it?
Yeah, okay,
It
I don't
feels
know.
like
I
it
was
ends on the
thinking,
night of the 23rd, even. No, there's one night where the gingerbread men come in, and then I think the next day, and then it must end on Christmas Eve at that point.
because I was thinking, like, if it was a week, like, maybe they could have been linking it in with, like, Saturnalia and, like, the poor and the rich coming together for, like, a Christmas thing. But I don't know, the 3 days is just strange. I feel
They
like,
should have set
pick
it
up,
over like a day or two, max.
I think you should just have had it one day. And that was.
Yeah.
Because what you really losing with that is just characters stop sleeping every now and then. Like, characters shouldn't be sleeping in the situation regardless.
No, they really shouldn't.
This is what I want to
There's
bring up to
a
you. When the next day, when the power goes out, okay, Max looks out his window and he's like, Dad, there's a weird, creepy snowman. But we see later when one of the dad's brother's children go missing, we see a snowman that looks similar to him, which would indicate that these snowmen are people that Krampus has either taken or killed. But who would this man be? Who's this snowman?
interesting. I don't know. You're not
Do
saying
they,
that the balding guy is the dad's brother, right?
is he not the dad's brother?
No, no, they don't. They're not close like that. How that would be so weird if the sisters married brothers.
Oh shit! That's weird. So why at the family dinner were we like, yeah, when I grew up, I was doing this, but you decided that you wanted to go to the Boy Scouts? Because to me, that seems like, oh, that's like a brother thing, but you would know that and would like that seems like a continuous tease.
No, he's just insulting. I mean, it probably is a continuous tease, but he's just insulting his manhood, basically.
Oh, I got this story all fucked up. I thought they were brothers, and it was just Tony Collette and the wife that just knew each other. No, because they're aunts.
No, they're sisters because they talk about their mom's Christmas tree ornaments.
Oh my god, I'm a dumbass.
You're not entirely. They cut out a bit of the scene of them bonding over being sisters, and I believe that's the only scene where they really talk about being related like that.
No, because now I'm thinking about it, it's like I've registered that they're sisters, but for some reason my brain still thought that they were brothers. And like the wires just didn't connect in any way, shape, or form.
I still don't think you're crazy. I think the movie has pretty poorly defined characters more than anything. That's my biggest issue with it is the characters both don't have distinct enough personalities and just don't define themselves enough.
Well, Snowman mystery over. I have to say this DHL delivery driver, he's like the undisputed goat of delivery drivers. On a sunny like a sunny summer's day, you cannot get a delivery driver who will pull up to your door, wait for you to actually answer, actually want you to sign the thing away, and also be like, by the way, these packages I shouldn't have delivered, but they just happen to have your name on it, so you can also have them. This man is in the
Uh,
middle of not only a power cut, but there's no internet. Phones are cut off. Cars aren't working. Roads are frozen. It's like in
But
eternal
he's
dark.
got to make it work
Must be working off commissions per job.
somehow. Yeah.
Um,
So next
so
we have a moment I want to note where they're talking about the families on the block and asking if they should go check in with the neighbors, the Cartwrights. And Tony Collette says, "This is maybe the funniest dialogue line in the movie, which it's not hilarious to me, but Tony Collette says, the Cartwrights stopped talking to us after Max's noodle incident." And Adam Scott says, "Max's what?" And then you see Max make a really sly smile,
do you have a theory
and
on
they
what
don't
the
come back
noodle
to it.
couldn't tell?
No, we never learn.
I can only
I don't know. I
think
think
of.
he just,
Did you ever watch
yeah.
the old classic YouTube video of Filthy Frank making a bunch of instant ramen noodles in a washing machine and eating so
No,
much he
oh my
froze
God.
up?
That makes sense, though, if he put a bunch of noodles in their washing machine.
Because you know what the thing is, it actually cooks them.
That's crazy. Because it
it
heats them, too, I guess. Yeah, that
is.
makes sense.
It's heat and water. You put in all the flavouring packets. Got like a big bowl of
Weird.
soup with it. Anyway, so
Okay.
that's my noodle incident theory.
That could,
Um,
let's say that's the noodle incident. That makes sense to me.
we get like the least important character in the full story. Tony Collette's daughter. She's like, "Oh no, my little twink emo boyfriend hasn't talked in an hour. I'm going to go run multiple blocks down in the snowstorm to go find him." And they're both just
We
like,
see him briefly with a Christmas bomb. That's the only note we have of him in the movie.
and like, I guess she's like 14, 15. She's like not like needing to be looked after. But also, if everything cuts down and your neighbours are completely silent and you're in the middle of a snowstorm this bad, and she's like, "Oh, he's multiple blocks down the street. It'll take me an hour to get there and back." Surely you just say no.
It makes no sense that Adam Scott lets her go.
Oh no, Adam
Yeah,
Scott's useless. I'm sure he would cry if she shouted at him. It makes no sense that Tony Collette would let her daughter go,
true.
especially with
It
how
makes no sense
hesitant
that
she is.
he's able to convince her that it's okay, I guess. Because Tony Collette is against it to begin with.
Yeah, she's the only sensible person in this movie. He even says
I don't
when
disagree with that, yeah.
her sister's family are coming over, she's like, "Why do we have to bring them every year?" It's really Adam Scott that's the
And
issue in this entire film.
she leaves the movie so quickly, this one daughter character.
But we do get the first appearance of Krampus,
It's
who's
great.
fun.
He's jumping from rooftop to rooftop. There's this amazing sound design of jingling chains as he's jumping around.
He's so nimble for being such a big guy.
He's running at it. Let me
He's
pull
so
up my notes if I have anything.
okay. What's your notes saying? Because I thought at first we were going for like a kind
Nothing.
of spring
Never
heel
mind.
thing, where he was like bouncing from rooftop to rooftop. He's got elastic in those knees, man.
I like that idea. He does.
He,
His
I think
knees
he's
aren't
like a.
clicking. He's stretching.
I was about to say the man's shaped like one of those old 1960s curved fridges. Yet somehow he's got that mobility on the go.
It's crazy. He's shaped like a hobbled old man, to be honest.
Shaped like a meatball, man. What are you talking about? How many old men are you seeing this rotund walking down the street?
A lot in New York.
New York feature a lot of rotund people.
I feel like it's hard to tell how old people are in New York unless they look visibly.
Just I think you cut off a little. Are you still with us? I think we lost you to the Silent Hill fog there for a second. You're not still with us.
I heard jingling.
You
I'm
heard
looking out my
jingling.
window. Yeah, I'm looking out my window.
Does he come for you?
He has.
Put your faith in Saint Nicholas,
Okay.
the Greek black white Asian man.
For a little inside baseball, we're still figuring out the best way to record this on my end. So right now I'm using headphones, like regular shitty earbuds, which don't have a great microphone.
Do you know what's really funny? See, right now, as you're getting your jingle spook, this is the exact point in the movie where I opened up the mystery package that had arrived in my house and found an evil Larry pillow. Also, for context, I got a package delivered to my house today that had my full name and address on it. No one I knew had sent me it, and the only thing in it was a cushion and pillowcase of evil Larry staring menacingly.
I
It
believe
took
our
me a
podcast artist admitted that he ordered this for you.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
He also admitted that he had no idea that it was actually arriving and had forgotten all about it.
Yeah, it must have been a
Thank,
drunk order.
yeah, thank God he responded as fast as he did, because my girlfriend was freaking out. She was like, "How? Like, no one you know would have done this. No one has your address. Who has sent Larry
That's
to your home?"
that's
It's like the
oh
most ominous meme you can send someone.
brother, I'm getting
Anyway,
some sneezing fits.
getting some
I don't
sneezing
know what's
fits.
going on.
Have you tried doing the
Evil Larry
classic
is
finger
haunting
under
us.
the nose? Yes. Actually, follow Evil
Finger
Larry
under the
on.
nose?
Yeah, where you go to sneeze, you put your finger under, like, see when like people do like a Hitler impression, and they put their finger under their nose. You do that when you're getting. What?
Fuck, I'm sorry. I've been muting myself a lot when I'm blowing my nose. I was
Okay,
gonna say
are
hell
you
for you
feeling
that.
better? Are you with us?
Alright, I'm doing the best Charlie Chaplin impression.
Is that the safe for work version? We can keep this in. That wasn't too abrupt. It sounded more like you, like, see when you like sputter trying to hold in a laugh. It didn't sound snotty. I think we're safe to keep that one in.
Okay, fair.
Okay. Are you feeling better? Can we continue?
Yes. Now I'm feeling
Yes.
steady.
Feeling steady. All that cocaine you keep doing. Keep telling you to lay off it.
No, something that sucks. I guess I'll share that I have psoriasis. Recently the lining of my nose has been flaking. So I've never even done cocaine or anything like that, but the lining of my nose is getting weaker.
That's a good excuse. I've never heard
It
that
is,
one
it
before, but
is.
that's a smart one. Anyways, we go. Okay, so Krampus, he's boinging all over the place. Hyped up boy. The daughter lays under a car. What is in this jack in the box that Krampus seemingly leaves for her?
This is the snake from later. I'm fairly certain the clown snake.
Is it the snake? For some reason, it looked like a little fleshy blob.
I think it has to be because the next time we encounter it, it's under the snow, almost eats the shitty dad, but they fight it off. And then later in the movie, they reference that they've hurt the thing in the attic before.
Oh, see, this is what multiple viewings does. It helps you work things out. I just assumed it was some known little minion that this man had. I couldn't think of anything that was kind of fleshy Christmas wise.
I think we have the clown snake, we have gingerbread men, and we have the elves. I think those are the only minions in the movie.
No, we have Clown Snake, the gingerbread elves, we have the little hill demons that come up at the end, there's the evil teddy bear, and there's also the
There is, and there's
cherub,
angels, those little angels.
yeah, the little cherub chicken baby doll monstrosities.
Those look great.
I want to call them cherubs. I think the idea of them being cherubs is very cute.
It is.
Because they're
I
little
like
winged babies.
demon cherubs.
So, where are we at? Next scene. We're back in the house, are we not?
Next, pretty quickly, I mean, we already talked about Adam Scott saying it's okay for you to go out, and then we have a quick scene of Adam Scott saying, "No, I'm sure our daughter's safe and fine, even though she's been missing for a couple of hours and it's getting dark now. Let's not worry about her. It's okay." And then Max comes in, and him saying, "My sister's been missing for a while," for some reason makes Adam Scott go, "Oh, maybe she's not okay." So then they
Yeah, 'cause he's trying to
go
get it
out
on
to the
with Tony
truck.
Collette. He was like, we were in the vibes. He was working his way up.
Yeah, he was, because they talk about how he travels a lot for work. So I guess he's just focused on being with his wife in the moment.
It's like, can I say this is supposed to be a nice little romantic scene between them? It starts with him turning to her and saying, "Can you please not worry for once?" That isn't. You're not going to get any good vibes out of that if you say that to your or wife. I
No,
suppose.
no, you're not. Yeah, and the reaction she has is like, "No, you're right. I am an anxious piece of shit."
It's like, yes, I am always moaning about things. Maybe I should shut up.
Right. Crazy.
Okay, so this
They
is
go out to the
when
truck right after this to arm themselves. They grab, is it Howard? Howard's guns?
we'll go with Howard. If it's incorrect, I don't think anyone cares. His name is now Howard. So we
Yeah, they
grab
grab a
the.
shotgun and a magnum out of his truck. He gives this gun to a man who I'm sure has never held a gun in his life. I don't know why you would do that.
To be fair, see if you've got two weapons and someone's like, "Oh, I've never held a gun," are you giving them the big handgun or are you giving them the shotgun?
I'm taking both.
Oh, that's how you're going to die.
I don't know, man. I just assume he's going to accidentally shoot me or something.
Would you
We
still want
explore.
point the gun at me?
We explore the. Yeah, I don't trust him. We explore the boyfriend's house. We see a quick
Oh, you've
shot of
gone
a
really muffled,
gingerbread man stapled to a wall with a knife. Pretty good.
Chris. You've only went under the sea.
Oh, I sound like I'm under the sea now?
You do. You've got like one of those SpongeBob sandy fish dome balls.
I don't know how to help that, man.
Have you moved away from your mic?
No, my mic is on my ears. Just shitty headphones.
Have you tried? Is it wired?
No,
No. Fuck.
no, and they're fully charged.
Do you know what? We can just hope it's my earphones and we'll go for the best.
Yeah, I mean, we're still working out the kinks of this whole thing, so bear with us. Apologies if this sounds awful.
Well, I mean, it sounds muffled, but it's like a kind of calming muffled. Like, see, when you put on like earmuffs and everything's just a little bit quieter.
Okay, it's intentional then.
Yeah, it's made to stop overstimulating people.
We explore the boyfriend's house. We see that it looks horrible. That it looks like something horrible has happened here. Uh, Howard almost gets eaten in the snow by something, and Adam Scott manages to shoot the thing in the snow without shooting Howard at all, which is very impressive. He also manages to not get hit in the forehead by this magnum, which is impressive because he probably doesn't expect how much recoil is going to be in this thing.
Yeah, but to me, it's got it pointed upwards. So even if it did recoil, it's probably not going to hit Howard. Are we just sticking with Howard?
I guess so. I'll
Yeah.
take your word for it.
But Howard, he gets a little alley that attacks him in the snow. It's a fucked up wound on his leg. It's impressive that this man walks throughout the rest of the film. I would be
That's
in a
crazy.
chair. But I suppose he does
Yeah,
get
it's a
two
gnarly
full
wound. I'm
days
looking
sleep.
at it right now.
You look at it, oh, you've got it on in the background again.
Oh, always, always.
There's only one other thing to note about this scene, and it's that Tom Scott's character sees it over a snowplow with the key still in it. That's kind of the only important bit of information we get here, but we're like, okay, daughter's not here, we're gonna head back to the house. Howard's truck gets squashed. Like it's it's the only adjective you can use for that. It's almost two-dimensional. I assume Krampus bounced on it. Or
This
Crump.
truck is absolutely demolished.
So get back to the house. Where am I at my notes? I'm so lost. And
We
oh
get
yeah,
back to
we
the house
decide.
and they bandage Howard's wound. People are freaking out a bit. Adam Scott, for some reason, tries to convince his wife that Beth is still safe. I mean, It's obvious why he wants her to be calm and not freak out too much. But you also, this is when the acting, I can see your complaints because it feels like he believes that their daughter is safe, which is absolutely crazy. Clearly, their daughter is dead at this point.
It's quite grim for. I would classify this as like gateway horror. Like I feel like kids would watch this and have a lot of fun with it. But our first real casualty is a child being mauled under a van by something.
Which I like. And apparently that scene is longer in the naughty cut,
Yeah, I saw that. Apparently, it just says that the fan shakes a little more. I don't know why you had to cut that, but
just because it implies less, I guess. I like
it was,
in the commentary they talk about the vibes of this, and it's what I've liked about the movie this whole time is it's not a horror movie, and it's not a family horror comedy either. It's a grim fairy tale. There's a very specific vibe to this movie that I feel like a lot of, especially holiday horror, doesn't hit properly.
yeah, it's like
It's
one of those
very fairy
classic.
tale.
It's like a grim fairy tale where rather than you get your like fairy tale um Disney princess happy ending, it's more like an omen or like just ways to scare children into behaving.
Yeah, it's like about a moral lesson that someone's supposed to learn.
Because like, what's gonna scare
Fascinating.
like say a 6-year-old more into behaving? Saying, "Oh, you'll get coal in your stocking," or like, "There's going to be a demon Santa Claus who's going to unleash a centipede snake clown demon who will consume you and crawl back into hell with you."
I feel like that's the origin of a lot of urban legends as well, as you say, oh, there's a monster in these woods. And it's not because there's a monster, it's because there's wolves in the woods or something that would kill the kid. So you tell them that there's a big, scary creature in the woods and don't go out there.
I don't know. I feel like as a kid, I would also be scared if you're just like, "Oh yeah, there's an animal in that wood that will maul you." Like
You might
Uncle
be more
Jacob
curious.
died to that
But
10 years ago.
your
So
Uncle Jacob?
my I just hypothetical story.
Oh, okay.
I do not have an. So my hamster's going fucking ham and he's making all sorts of noises and he's freaking me out. But I'm just looking at him and
Have you
he's
been doing
fine.
parkour this whole time?
I think he's trying to. He has. He's got his main coconut house. That's his casa. He loves that little coconut. But he's got a little chew toy rainbow that he's decided isn't a chew toy and will be his second home. He keeps trying to make tunnels under it, not realizing it's cardboard and will just fall under the tunnel.
Crazy. Well, idiot.
So he's given up. Okay, he's no longer freaking me. Okay, so
No,
we get
yeah.
back to the home. Rather than
They're boarding
worry
the
about,
windows up. This is when they decide to just batten the hatches down.
yeah, we decide, fuck it, she's probably dead. We're just gonna go to sleep. And hopefully, someone
Yeah,
will
basically.
in the morning. My notes keep pulling me back to the DHL man. My notes are so focused on it. Every time I scroll down, it's like, no, you want to talk about that man?
The DHL man is fascinating to me because he's the only person outside this whole family that exists in this movie.
Yeah, it's almost like you could see it happening in like a scary movie skit where they're like, oh fuck, we've only got 10% charge left. And then one of them orders like Amazon next day delivery. And it's like, don't worry, we'll all be okay.
That's very, yeah, you can see exactly that.
So, right, bunker down for the night and they all fall asleep, which is where my notes just start to disappear because I was too locked in. We get as they all sleep, we get a shot of a hook coming down the chimney with a little gingerbread man on it. And
Something
Tony
I wasn't
Collette,
aware of. In the
yeah.
commentary, they talk about how they hid the gingerbread men in the marketing room, which I didn't remember. But so everyone in the test screenings thought that the hook was going to be the thing that got the kid. They didn't realize the gingerbread man was going to come to life. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
remember seeing this for the first time and like being shocked that there was other things rather than Krampus in it.
That's rad. I like that.
Yes. this poor little gingerbread man gets his face eaten by Tony Collette's sister's child, who
This
doesn't have a
idiot
single
kid,
line in the
frankly.
entire movie.
This kid who just drinks 2 liters of soda and never talks.
Did you see his backpack when he enters the house?
No, what's in it?
He's got he's got one of those giant Pringle tubes, like a.
Oh no.
It looks like he's got like a magazine backpack. Got that strapped in, ready to go.
Oh, Jesus.
I
The
just
dad
found it
says
funny.
he's
He has that
preparing him to
unlocked.
be a linebacker, which is crazy. You got to build muscle on this kid too. You can't just make him big and fat.
Hey, in high school, we had a little rugby team, and any time you got paired against the fat kid, you were lost. There was no chance, and they always seed me against them for some reason. Do you know how scary it is to have? So keep in mind, this kid must have also been like a foot taller than everyone else, and he was big. He trying to charge at that
Oh,
man full speed.
because you have those yoked shoulders,
Yeah, Yorkshire.
so they paired them against you.
He gets
This kid feels like more
snatched.
of an early casualty. You're not surprised when this kid fights it. No pun
No,
intended.
I would say it's a good joke, but it's also 2 in the morning for me, so any joke will be impressive to me right now. Uh,
Oh,
Christmas
speaking
tree
about the
gets
gingerbread man, let me talk
yeah.
about really quickly. I need to get this in. I went to a haunted house at Universal Studios, which was Krampus themed.
Holy shit! You went to that? I saw that on YouTube.
It fucking ruled, man.
Like we had people getting eaten by the like Jack in the Box.
Yeah. I don't remember the Jack in the Box so well, to be honest, but the gingerbread men room was really creepy. Krampus in that was fucking scary as hell. It was really cool. All the aesthetics were on point.
That's insane. That's so cool when I saw that, and then you're immediately probably why you like this movie so much. You just have that associated memory with it.
At this point, but I only did that after I had seen this maybe 2 or 3 times already. I was excited to do the haunted house because I liked the movie and I liked the design aspects of the movie.
This is where we get the grandmother explaining the Krampus. Which-
Do we get the animation? Yeah, we do get that pretty much right after this.
Yeah, it's like almost European style animation. It looks incredible.
It's gorgeous. It's really impressive. I think Michael Dougherty has a lot of animation connections, so he was able
It's
to
like
get a lot done.
yeah, it's like partially 2D animation, partially 3D animation, and it looks really close to what you would see as like a television Christmas advert, but just super high quality. I don't know
There's
if
an
you also
interesting
got that
note from
vibe
the
from it.
commentary that I don't necessarily agree with, but I think it's worth bringing up where they mention that Omi and Krampus are almost star-crossed lovers.
That's what elaborate.
I know. I don't think they mean it in the literal sense, but what they mean by it is that Krampus almost gets forgotten after World War One, and there's this person who remembers him in a way that most people alive now don't. I don't know. I don't think they really were on the ball with that reference, but I think it's interesting. There's also a note they made about their point with this character was that elders of the family always have more wisdom, which I don't think is true. I think they're usually pretty set in their ways in a way that's dangerous and damning, and they won't adapt to, say, gender politics, for one.
And so, I who was the commentary with? Is it the director?
I'm gonna. It was Michael Dougherty. What's so funny is since I watched the first half of this last night, I didn't catch the first bit of the commentary where they all name themselves. And through the whole commentary, I thought it was 2 people talking, and there's 3 people talking through the whole commentary. It's Michael Dougherty, and then it's co-writers Todd Casey and Zach Shields.
That's interesting. So was it almost is Krampus supposed to be like a representation of like wartime drama in some way?
I think a little
Because I
bit, maybe about just the idea of people wrought by famine and still fighting each other. Because that's something we literally see in this animation is people fighting over bread, is people struggling and tearing each other apart in the struggle instead of supporting each other.
oh, that's really
I think that's
interesting
sort of the
because
theme.
Krampus is like really big in like us, is it not? And then there's the Jew reference. I don't know. Maybe we're
Hmm.
trying to do something, but no. That's an interesting.
Someone smarter than me, to
Yeah,
be
I feel
honest.
like we need some film student on YouTube to do a 2.5 hour video essay on why Krampus is woke. Actually,
I'd watch it. What's
I would
funny is
watch it.
the deleted scenes of this movie are so not notable that the only cut on YouTube of all the deleted scenes together is just someone filming their TV. No one has even bothered to rip it properly.
But I feel like this movie kind of came and went, didn't it? I feel like it was such a big deal for like 2 years, and then we never got a sequel. The director hasn't really made too much since then. I think he's made like a movie. I
He
feel like
made a
for some reason
Godzilla
this
movie.
movie's yeah, we did make Godzilla, but I don't think that was too well. Was it the first American Godzilla? Not the
No, he
2009 one.
that was
The
the guy who
first
did Rogue
MonsterVerse.
One, Gareth Edwards, who did the first one. Michael Dougherty did the second one, which weirdly has the worst human stuff and the best monster stuff. Maybe not so weird. Maybe it makes a lot of sense, especially given this movie. The human drama in that movie is really awful, but I think the monsters and the designs and the way that the monsters interact with each other is the most interesting in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
I feel like you can't put that on Godzilla King of the Monsters when the Godzilla versus Kong movies exist.
I haven't
I,
seen the newest one, so I
I
can't say,
haven't seen
but
the newest one.
uh,
I know
there's
that
good
Godzilla.
fights in the first one, but I don't think there's as much character in them.
No, and they're also far too long. We have the
Yeah.
Transformers effect where you get like two fights and you're like, that was sick. And then by the third fight, you're like, yeah, okay.
Can
Is
we just
this, is
say,
this...
good, thank God this movie is like 100 minutes. Good choice. Someone deserves a medal for that. Movies
Oh,
like this should not be 2 hours long.
see, that's interesting because I was watching, I was like, God, I wish this was longer. I wish we had more time with the little demon toys.
Well, that's the thing. If it were more time with the demons and stuff, just doing that stuff, I'd be down for it. But it would just be people talking. And the people in this are so by far the least interesting part of this movie,
Yeah, maybe
which
I
is
was going to
why
say
I
maybe
think
it
the
had a
cast
bigger budget,
kills.
but it clearly has a big budget as well.
True.
Okay, anyway, we're we've gotten so off track. We back onto the
$15
movie.
million budget this movie had.
Really, only 15
Yeah,
million.
that's
Good
surprising.
God,
I think they did a lot with the budget.
how much of
But
that just
like you
went to
said, they had to
Tony
save
Collette?
they they did a lot of this movie has a lot of people talking in rooms so that they can save the budget for great costumes. I have a note about how they did the big clown. I call it the clown pillar.
I assume his name's Jack because he's Jack in the Box.
They just call it the clown in the commentary.
No, that's stupid. I'm going to call him Jack. It just makes
Something
more
I do
sense.
want to note also while we're talking about the design of this movie is they wrote this movie with the sound design in the script, which is fascinating. And I believe it was Michael Dougherty who said I could have worked on the sound for another 2 months because they talk about just how much the sound matters in a movie where you're building anticipation for so long. This movie, I'll touch briefly on. They mention in the commentary how people are very ADD, ADHD viewers at this point. They need to see action going on. This movie does a lot to build anticipation and make you nervous about what's happening based on the sound design.
Yeah, that's insane because I feel like the sound design's just incredible as is. Everything feels so weighty and crunchy.
It
In fact, like,
feels like you're in the world with them, which is fascinating because the world without the sound design seems so hollow and empty.
yeah, but I think it also helps it from like the 25-minute mark. You're immediately in the fantasy world, and
Yes.
going back to how strong and vibrant a lot of the mood lighting is, it feels fantastical. Like it's not. Well, clearly it's not set in reality in any way, shape, or form. But as you said, it's more fairy tale esque the whole
Yeah,
way
which I
through, and I
really
think
like.
that helps with it.
They do say that regardless of interpretation, and I'll tell you right off the bat, no sizzle, they don't confirm or deny anything by the end of the commentary. But what they do confirm is that all of this happened. All of these characters experienced what happens in this movie.
Yeah, well, you can't just go, well, it was all a dream, because that just isn't
No, it would
fed.
be a bad movie if they did that. But I like that they confirm that because some movies do try to say nothing actually happened. It would maybe in a worse movie they would say only Max experienced everything.
That would be bad.
I agree. But I like that they at
There's,
least confirm that.
yeah, there's clear competence in this movie, so I can see why they didn't go that way.
They apparently also in the sound design had a lot more baby crying, and through the test screenings, people went, "You got to cut back on that." People are getting really upset that the baby's upset, which is super funny.
No, I'm thankful for that, just because it would have pissed me off to a point where I couldn't have enjoyed the movie as much.
Oh, Sam, it would have just annoyed me, but it's funny that the note was specifically people are really upset and scared that the baby's in danger, and that they can tell a baby's in danger.
And then the baby fucking dies anyway.
Yeah, yeah, it gets kidnapped by some gremlins.
Gets taken to hell, and it's only like 6 months old.
But this is
The only,
right after this we get the clown in the attic.
yeah, this is the raid on the house scene, which this is where I don't have any notes because I was watching it, and I was like, I'm enjoying this too much to keep looking away, and then B, I was like, there's so much going on, my notes are just going to be fucked right now. So I think
I'm gonna be
it's
so
better we,
honest.
yeah.
All of my notes are on the commentary at this point.
Okay, so we'll break down who's fighting what. Okay, so we have Pony Colette is fighting a chicken doll baby angel, which I call the cherub, who's attempting to hang her with Christmas lights. We have
Well, she
the two
everyone
twin
arms
sisters.
themselves before going up into the attic. And it's a note about the sound design specifically I wanted to mention, which is they debated for a while about the sounds they hear in the attic because they wanted them to be scary enough that everyone knows it's a threat and that know they need to arm themselves, but not so demented that they know they shouldn't go upstairs. Because they wanted the characters to feel real enough that they weren't just, idiot horror movie characters walking into danger. And I feel like that comes off. It comes off more from the way they put the sound design in rather than the character writing. But I like that
Yeah,
they put that much effort into it.
yeah, because it translates well. Because the only two people that are fooled by it are Tony Collette's sisters, twin children, who are idiots.
Yeah,
Not even Max falls for it.
and they get
So they
eaten
get,
for it.
yeah. So we have
Not even the dog is fooled like that.
two twin sisters and Adam Scott are fighting the Jack in the Box clown monster. We have Tony Collette, she's fighting the cherub. We have Howard, is what we called him. He's
Yeah, is he
fighting
fighting gingerbread men?
he's fighting gingerbread men who are attacking him with a staple gun, very similar to Dead, which would have came out the year beforehand. We have Tony Collette's sister is fighting the evil teddy bear. Who is Max fighting?
What is Max doing? I think Max is just downstairs with Omi. I think they both know something's wrong.
Yeah, Omi's downstairs having a drink, chilling with the
Oh,
baby.
speaking of drinks, we forgot to mention that Conchata Farrell, she feeds the three shitty kids peppermint schnapps. She gives them all alcohol. Very funny. That might be my favorite joke in the movie.
I think very fair in this situation.
It's true. Yeah.
And
Although
it's
she doesn't seem to
peppermint
understand
schnapps.
something's going on.
Yeah, but it's peppermint schnapps in hot chocolate crisp. Good God.
Sounds really good. Sounds really good.
It does. See, the thing is, she's a horrible anti-Semite, but also by the end of the movie, she's chill as hell.
She
I feel
is.
like
I'd
I could
hang
have
out
a
with
good
her.
Christmas with her.
I'm
So
gonna
we
give
get
you some clown trivia at this point, just
some
about the
clown
making
trivia.
of this creature, because we're already to it. The
Okay.
front is a puppeteer doing the arms and the mouth, and then the body is two dancers doing contortionism, who they refer to as the clown babe in the commentary.
Oh, that's sick. So it's like a Chinese dragon?
Yeah, yeah. And apparently, every time they filmed the clown caterpillar, like all the guys on the set would come into the room and just watch because once they stopped, these two like gorgeous dancers would pop out of the clown suit.
So everyone was a gunner on set.
It sounds
Trivia.
like it.
The
It's fascinating that they said that in the commentary.
the puppet design is fucking immaculate though. The Jack in the
The
Box
most
clown.
memorable part of this movie to me.
The Jack in the Box clown is one of the coolest practical effects I've seen in anything ever.
Yeah,
Just straight up, it's incredible. The fact that there is a puppet company out there that has made these props and they aren't as well renowned as something like the Jim Henson Corporation is insanity to me. To be
I
fair, Jim
watched this for the
Henson
first
Corporation,
time on
yeah.
my phone. I watched this, and I had to turn the screen away when I saw that snake clown for the first time. I was not ready for it.
I was hitting the YouTuber Pogface. So excited for it.
Well, I
It's
loved it, and I love it now. But I used to be so much worse with horror than I am now, and it shook me, to be honest. You know, I was watching it on my phone, but I was watching it in the pitch black with headphones on.
yes, I don't think even as a kid I don't think horror ever got me too bad aside from when the first Paranormal Activity dropped. But I feel like when the first Paranormal Activity dropped, everyone got fucked regardless of how tolerant your take on horror was back then.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters. That one got me.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity was a moment for the horror community. And then they made two, and then we went, oh, okay, we get it.
I
And
don't
then
think
that
I've
kind of
seen
ended.
any other than the first one.
Do you want to know how the other ones go? It's the same movie again. Like, that's
Okay.
she sorted for all. Or wait, no, we're at like 7, but one of them is like a mockumentary and like a commune, is it not? And it's supposed to be pretty good.
And then one of them is like Endgame, right? One of them goes back through the rest of the movies.
I think. Okay, I think 1 and 2 take place at the same time. I think 3 is set beforehand, and I think 4 sets up some things that affect the previous ones in a certain way, if I remember correctly. And then I think the
Weird.
ones after that aren't connected, but I think Ghost Dimension 1 has some like lore things that mean stuff for the first few.
Isn't the marked ones about superheroes?
Well, I have no idea.
I don't know. We should watch them at some point. We should do a found footage year at some point. There's so many found footage movies.
Found footage February.
No, because there's just 7 of those. So we'd have to do at least 2 months, probably half a year of found footage movies.
So I can see if you watch Final Destination, Paranormal Activity 2, you would go, okay, I think I've had enough Paranormal Activity from here on.
Fair. Maybe I would just watch all of them for our single Paranormal Activity episode.
I was about to say maybe for the end of February we just watch every single one of them and give a little short thing on each of them.
That'd be cool. I like that.
We're not doing 2 months worth of it. It's just not happening. I'll happily
I
binge
just
watch
got to
them
the
all.
Jack in the Box, watching this in the background. It's so good. It's such a great, great special effect.
So we're at the. How do we even break down who's winning what in this fight? Tony Collette's sister
Well,
gets the upper hand by stabbing the bear.
yeah, she goes crazy. She starts using the axe on everything that Tony Collette dropped, and then she gets eaten, right?
I know Howard takes out the gingerbread man with his shotgun.
He gets
And
nailed in
with
the leg a bunch, which is wild because he already got a huge leg wound.
yeah, that looks like it sucked, but to be fair, maybe they stapled it back together.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Staples will
I
do anything.
forgot to note, reason they're in the house is Krampus. You hear him on the roof earlier, seemingly he's left Christmas presents in the attic. The gremlins laugh, is it not, that Christmas presents make? Like, is it not the exact audio from Gremlins?
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's funny.
Because at
He
first I
didn't
was
leave
like,
them in the attic. They were left on the front porch, and the DHL guy goes, I think someone else delivered these packages to you also.
oh, that's crazy that they got Christmas gifts and he went, we'll put them in the attic and not
It is.
by
I
the
guess to
Christmas
hide them
tree.
from the kids so they don't open them early.
Yeah, imagine finding a random package at your front door and you open it and there's something strange inside. It couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be
Yeah.
me.
No.
Uh,
No weird cat pillow.
no weird cat pillow. Evil
Oh, we
that.
forgot the robot. Did you mention the weird robot that attacks
Oh
Adam
yeah,
Scott?
there's a Rock'em Sock'em robot with a knife.
Yeah.
Just insane. See that pillow story? I was for sure. I thought it was you. I thought you had my like address through something because of the evil Larry and online cat discussion we were having.
I wish I had thought to do that. Honestly, I wish it was.
Because the thing is, I don't ever remember talking to Quentin about evil Larry.
I think
That's
it's
why
just
I
at the
was so
start of one of our
perplexed.
podcast episodes.
But he said he ordered it a long time ago.
That's crazy, then. I don't know.
It was like a weird omen to be watching this movie and opening that package to it.
We gotta have Quentin on the podcast at some point.
Yeah, he'll want to be on for the thing at some point.
Oh, that would
He
rule.
loves the thing. That or Rocky Horror.
I love The Thing. That's such a good movie. I have a 4K of The Thing that has probably 12 hours of features on it.
Okay, so who's winning what fight?
So I think the other mom dies, the Republican mom. I think she gets eaten, and then everyone else is downstairs, right?
Yeah, no, because she frees one of her daughters from Jack. Jack makes an escape through a vent, but the house is boarded up, so he can't get out. He's just crawling about. They set the dog on. I'm just going to keep calling him Jack.
Oh,
And
this
the
is so funny. And they're like, get him, Rosie. Yeah.
yeah,
No.
dog's fighting Jack. Tony Collette's sister, who saved her daughter, kills evil teddy bear. I think she saves Tony Collette from Cherub, or does Tony Collette save
Yeah,
herself from
she saves
Cherub?
Tony Collette and Adam Scott from all the little monsters, including the robot and the cherubs.
Yeah, because then Tony Collette helps Adam Scott deal with the robot that he's fighting.
Right, right.
And then they all recoup downstairs, the 2.5 men made being rather confused. Even though Howard
Which
has just screamed bloody murder from the kitchen and started firing his shotgun. She didn't question it.
which is where I have my most notable trivia. If I had no other trivia, I would want to say they released the bulldog. Rosie the bulldog has a tragic death fighting this monster. I don't know why they thought she could win. But my trivia is that every uh, every part of every production department in this movie had a family member pass away during filming, including Michael Dougherty talked about 1 hour after filming the scene where Rosie dies, he gets a call from Los Angeles saying that his bulldog at home has died.
That's you'd think you'd hear of that more on like the cursed films, wouldn't
Right. You really do. It's the only thing is that no one directly working on the movie died, but everyone, someone in every department had like a grandmother or a mother die. They said a lot of people's fathers died. That's crazy to me. That's creepy and interesting.
you? I can hear that your dog is also rather upset about Rosie the Bulldog's death. I haven't
He
heard your
is,
dog
he
up
is.
till
He's
this
really
point.
distraught.
That's
Wallet is a
his
big
dog
fan of
representation taken out.
him.
Yeah,
No,
so
I like that he's present.
we get them regrouping Avenger style in the living room, which is when the hordes hellspawn come crashing through the living room window.
It comes right through the ceiling because it's too heavy. Very funny. It's eaten too many children at this point.
Krampus's little elf men all break through. They steal. What did you say the 2.5 ladies' men name was?
Oh, Conchata Ferrell.
Yeah, she steal her and makes a very, very
Oh,
funny
we miss
boing
her
noise.
going crazy. She picks up a shotgun and has a really well filmed scene where she's just racking the shotgun, shooting all these little things.
It's one thing. I don't know if see when the little hellspawn elves come in to like have the standoff with the family. Do they hug the Jack like in a box clown?
Do they hug it?
Oh, I feel
I'm
like
getting
in
to
the
it in a
background.
second, so I'll be
Yeah.
able to tell
Okay.
you. It's so
Because
creepy that the Jack in the Box starts clapping.
yeah, I feel like because he got hurt from the act, he's upset, and then the little clowns come in to like comfort him. The little clowns, the little elves. You need to tell me if
Yeah,
I'm
it seems
seeing
like
things
it.
or not.
They do hug him. I think they're maybe carrying him away also. Yeah, they just hug him, it looks like, to start.
Oh, poor little Jack.
Yeah, poor guy.
uh, what's happening now? They take 2.5 maid. They steal the baby.
They steal the
Is this
baby.
when they charge after them? This is when Adam Scott makes his plan, is it not?
Yeah, I think they're all planning. Oh, what's his David Ketchner? He just grabs on. He flies out the window. That's pretty good. I completely forgot where he left the movie because he just grabs onto the body bag and flies out the window as the elves take him away.
You can't fault a man for trying. In any other movie, he'd be the hero there.
True. Yeah, very true.
So,
The elves all have creepy masks, which will come back in a piece of trivia I have.
oh,
You don't
okay,
really see
okay.
what they look like. Omi, so everyone plans to leave. I honestly don't remember where the other mother and her daughter leave the movie, but I know everyone starts making their way out into the snow.
Yeah, the plan is to go to the old tow truck that they found earlier and make a break for the shopping mall, is it not? Because there's an emergency room somewhere in it.
Right,
I
right.
think
I did not remember
Adam
that
Scott
because I didn't
says
pay much attention
that.
to the dialogue, I'll be honest.
I'm sure Adam Scott says fuck that. He's just going to get in the tow truck and go after them, which is where we get
Okay.
this no standoff where they're trying to get the kids to the tow truck. Which, might I add, this tow truck is at Tony Collette's daughter's boyfriend's house, which we were told was a few blocks away earlier. Now, when Adam Scott and Howard going to go find her, they drive for a long time to get there.
Well, that's
Okay,
so true, yeah.
and then they walk back. Now, this immediate following scene is apparently just up the road. We're like
It's
there in a minute.
You could argue that they drive through the blizzard, and that's why it takes so long. But then it should take them like a week to walk through this.
Yeah,
Howard earlier said that he got near frostbite in under 4 minutes.
that was something that really. I feel like there was something missing in the script here, and I also feel like the original plan of going to the mall, being it's a Christmas movie, that was supposed to be where the big finale happened, and then they
That
probably
makes sense.
ran out of budget, and they've had to cut it down to just being this house, and then this end scene here.
Yeah, it feels like they had to pare it down so that the ending could be filmed in the soundstage.
So
They probably wanted a
this,
bigger production setting to start with.
I mean, 15 million when you're using this much special effects, and you've got fucking Tony Collette on the cast. It's gonna be hard to stretch.
It's crazy. Let Michael Dougherty make another holiday horror movie. Trick or Treat's great. This is amazing. There's a Trick or Treat reference that they cut out of this, which is just sort of the radio talking about the county that Trick or Treat is set in.
I thought there was going to be like maybe like a myriad of like Holly legends, and you would hear about Sam and Krampus. I feel like it'd be
No,
good.
I wish.
Oh, he
I
could
think
do
they
an
meant to
Easter
tie them
holiday
together
so
more
good.
directly because they talk about them being in the same universe in the commentary, but they say that they had to edit that out.
Doesn't Trick or Treat have like comic books to expand the lore?
I'm not sure.
That's something we'll have to look into.
It's worth
Anyway,
noting that when Omi stays behind, this is the first real look we get at Krampus
he's just an old man with goat horns.
with like a Gene Simmons tongue.
The face is haunting though. The face is great.
It is, and they confirmed that it's a mask that he's wearing because they didn't want to define what he looks like. They know that his jaw hangs wide open, that he has this crazy tongue, and that you can see his eyes behind it, but they didn't want to really define the image of Krampus. They didn't want to say that their version was the definitive Krampus, and I think that's really spooky and fascinating. I mean, specifically, what Michael Dougherty says is he couldn't conceive of what it would look like, and I find it so much scarier that he would rather leave it up to interpretation than just draw cheeks and a forehead and a chin around this thing.
That's sick because I feel like even if that face is just his face, it still looks awesome. I was
Yeah,
like under
absolutely.
no impression that was a mask. I thought it was just the design.
Uh, I think it might be someone's face that he's wearing. Michael Dougherty says he's wearing someone else's face, but I will never say whose. It might just be Santa Claus's face, which I
Yeah, that's what I
would
assumed it
love.
was. It was like Saint Nicholas's face.
Yeah, that's great.
But also if the power of like, because clearly we're going for like a god devil thing here. So by that logic, him resembling the devil, you could also say that's like God's face because it is like stereotypical, like how Western people draw like representations of God. It's like that big long beard, old man, big eyebrows face. And I feel like that would be a cool idea to go, okay, this is God's face, but I feel like you couldn't say that or it would seem cringe.
I guess. Yeah, he looks like an anime old man a little bit.
I'm going with that's God's face. I think that's sick. If the
I
devil
like that
pulls
a
up
lot.
wearing wearing a stretched out God face.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, battle scene. Because we keep getting to it. You've got so many commentary notes I can tell.
Oh, too many. I'm skipping by so many you don't even know. Uh, Thankfully, we're at the end. We're just moving through the snow. Everyone gets picked off one by one. Both the moms get picked off.
Adam Scott, I think, is the last one to get Max into the snowplow, which I guess is supposed to be a callback because he says he was in the Eagle Scouts and he trained in survival, but they don't really bring that back in play.
No, he
This is what I
dies
mean with
first, saving
you guys
Tony
first.
Collette's
Okay.
character, and then Tony Collette's character helps get Max and one of the twin sisters into the van, and then the
Okay.
van and the twin sister die.
Yeah, they don't even get the snowplow started, really, do they?
No, it just gets fucked instantly. Which we've seen he can flatten cars, so it was a stupid plan from the get-go.
It is. He would have crushed the kids in there. We get a moment where an elf gets eaten by the flounder pillar, which is very interesting on a ecological level, that all of these creatures are actually willing to eat each other. There's a moment earlier where you see that the gingerbread men have eaten one of their own gingerbread men because they got hungry.
Well, I suppose they come from
You know what I
hell.
do want to mention is, which I love, that the humor in the first half of the movie is meant to come from the characters, but the humor in the second half of the movie is meant to come from all the creatures. And I think that's a really smart design decision to keep the horror intact.
I wouldn't say. Well, the gingerbread men are funny, but I wouldn't say the rest of them are funny.
They're not,
They're
they're a
like
little goofy though. They
whimsical.
talk about how the sound design is very finely tuned so that nothing is right creepy. That there's a note of humor or levity in, say, the way that the elves jingle around. It's very creepy the way they move, but it's not terrifying.
Yeah, all of them are kind of cute when they're
Yeah,
not like attacking and we're just doing like their own little things. I suppose it's like going back to last week. It's like the Gremlins effect, where like are horrifying, but you could also just imagine one as a pet.
yeah, yeah.
This is our climax of the film, where Max is a
We have a moment where it
mass.
looks like Max is the hero. It looks like Max is gonna save the day. He's gonna climb in. He's gonna save the one of the daughters that's left. But then you see about 80 elves with torches, and you know it's no good. You know nothing good's about to happen.
Yeah, because he pulls up like an anime protagonist to Krampus, and he's like, "No, I reject this. You're going to give me back my family."
Yeah, I take back my wish.
He just looks at him, and
And
then
Krampus goes,
it's
"That's not what you're not in. I'm not in your story. You're in my story, man.
yeah, it seems
That's not how
almost
this
for a
works."
moment, but like Krampus fucks with him. He's like, "Yeah, okay, that's all you had to do," and then he gets the drag me to hell ending.
Yeah, he grabs him by the skull and throws him into hell.
Which I mean,
It's grim. It's really cool. And this is the it's worth noting this is the maybe the only point of the movie since the first act where we have warm lighting again, where reds and oranges come back into the color grading. But it's scary. It's not inviting or comforting. It's not about family in a safe space anymore. The warm lighting is supposed to be scarier than the cold lighting.
yeah, I think it's also because earlier with the grandmother in the film, we get told her family was taken, and Krampus left her a bell as the one survivor to let people know of Krampus and like spread his myth. So I take it by Max rejecting the bell, that was like almost like a sick gift for Krampus to give him. Like you have the gift of life, and then by rejecting the bell, he rejected that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great moment. You really think for a minute that it's going to work. And I guess based on your interpretation of the movie, maybe it does. You know, if you have a hopeful interpretation of the ending, he successfully takes all of the trauma of this experience. He's the only one who remembers it, and everyone else gets to live on. But I mean, we'll get through this scene and then we'll talk about the ending.
I like the way I like that they gift a bell, because the whole purpose of ringing a bell is supposed to be like an announcement, or like it's a way to convey information. So the way that Krampus leaves one victim alive to tell people of the story of Krampus by giving them a bell, I think it's a cute little way to wrap it up. The grandmother was shit at that. He gave her a bell and was like, "Tell people about me, not to be an asshole at Christmas," and she didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, that's very true. She stays very quiet about it because it seems like she's scared. And she
Yeah, but
doesn't
she
really face
also
that fear until she faces him.
Yeah, but surely she's raised Tony Collette, so you think she'd be like, "Yeah, you need to tell them we can't bring this family over, or the demon goat man might drag us to hell."
I think she's Adam Scott's mother.
Oh, you're so right, because when she decides to stay in the home, it's him that runs to the door.
Yeah. Which I thought
Okay,
the reason I remember that is because Adam Scott does not seem German. He doesn't seem like he's of German descent.
to be fair, neither does Tony Collette.
That's true.
She comes
With
from
Tony Collette,
quite
I
a
get
far away
more. Adam
place.
Scott feels like Swedish or something, or
I think it just seems
Irish
American.
more than that.
Is he?
I don't know. You wanna keep vamping, and I'll look up what Adam Scott is.
What am I supposed to? I suppose whilst you're doing that, we can go on
Scottish,
to
Scottish,
the
like
next.
Scottish slash
Scottish.
Italian, Scottish, Italian, Irish, Dutch, and English. That's a
So
lot.
he's every white man in one.
Yeah, he's every type. That's why he's an actor, because he just can be anything.
He's the ultimate white man.
His maternal family is Portuguese Jewish.
What the fuck? Could he not just choose one and be like, "Yeah, I'm that"?
No,
Okay, so
I
is
get
this?
Scottish from him though. I can see that. I don't know if you can.
No.
You're the Scottish one, so I shouldn't speak.
Yeah, I'm the Scottish one. Oh well, to be fair, there's one of my bosses in work. Now I think about it, does look and sound an awful lot like him.
Interesting.
I need to ask if he's related in any way. But saying that, with his fucking descendants, I'm pretty sure we'll be related to him in some form of way.
Yeah, just ask him if he knows Adam Scott.
Okay, so final
So
scene.
yeah, Max gets thrown into hell, and we walk into a living room that feels nothing like the dynamics we've experienced yet. Everyone is happy. Everyone is working together to have this beautiful Christmas experience. They say, "We've been waiting for you to open these presents." I think most notable over anything is the lighting is so blown out. Everything is overexposed and feels so much more like a fairy tale than anything else in this movie has up until this point. And we zoom out to see a bunch of snow globes in Krampus's possession. What's your interpretation of what's going on here?
Well, my interpretation is that they're all dead. Because not just because it's like we saw most of them die and now this is them together in this super like dreamlike happy world together. It's the fact that before Krampus kills him, well, kills him, quote unquote, sends him to hell, he makes a big point of I want to be back with my family. So the fact that they've already died and Krampus immediately attacks him after him asking to be with his family, I took it as more of him just like in Krampus's way. He's like, "Oh, this is kind of funny. You want to be with your family? Okay then."
Yeah,
Because it's like
I see it that way as
there's
well.
there's,
And
there's
there's this,
no like how what would he have done to save the day in that?
well, I think the interpretation of him saving the day is he takes his Omi's place and he becomes the one who remembers everything. He gets the bell. But now, as I'm watching it in the background, they have a moment where they all look at each other in kind of stunned horror when he pulls the bell out. And to me, that confirms more than anything that they are all certainly. There's a funny moment where the dog looks at everyone, and then there's also a good moment where Conchata Farrell is pouring a bunch of whiskey or something, or schnapps probably into her cup. But I think they are all dead.
Yeah, I don't see. There's no way I feel like anyone could argue that this was a happy ending, and I would agree with that take.
Yeah, I don't know what maybe it's like a gas leak that killed them all in real life. Ultimately, I'm not sure how that would look, but
Oh, to be
I
fair, hold on. When Howard and Adam Scott go to that house that they were looking for our daughter in, the chimney is blown out, and he goes, "Ah, looks like there was a gas leak."
oh true, yeah, interesting. Minus the hooves.
Ah, yeah, there was hooves.
Small note, a couple notes before we conclude our thoughts. Uh, in the snow globes in that last scene, apparently they have the base motel from Psycho, and they also have Michael Dougherty's childhood home.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
I feel
And
like
go
you
ahead.
could have, like, other. You could have implemented other places that are supposed to be, like, symbolic of purgatory. Like, you could have put the hotel from The Shining in it as one, and that would
Yeah, that
work
would have
with
been
your snow
cool.
theme.
I don't know if that's tied up in copyright or not, but I would have liked that.
Well, I mean, it's a
Uh,
real place, so I feel like you can't copyright the place.
true. Yeah.
I think you can still go there, can
Last
you not?
last two quick notes from the commentary, and then I promise I'll close out my commentary talk. Sort of a minor note is a lot of the clips or pictures of family members or kids in the end are pictures of the cast or crew, even at Scott or Tony Collette's childhood pictures with Santa. Those are in the end credits scroll.
Oh,
And
that's cute.
I think the most notable thing in the whole commentary, besides the curse that was clearly on this movie, is they talk about symbology and hints that people still haven't picked up on. They don't say what. They don't. They say that they hint at it in the commentary even, and I'm curious to go back and learn more. But they don't. They just say that there are hints and things that are hidden in the background of the movie that people still haven't fully picked out.
Could it be to do with, well, A, the war trauma thing? I was like, oh, there's like little sprinkles of that. But is there anything to do with the elf design? Because they don't look satanic, they don't look Christian, they don't look particularly Christmassy. They're like almost, they've got like a tribal look to them.
Maybe, but the word they use specifically is subliminal.
Subliminal. To be, there
Subliminal.
was few directorial shots of Toni Collette specifically, but I was like, huh, that doesn't look like anything in a movie. There was two specifically. One, she was in shock surrounded by her family, and they do a kind of pan in, pan out, where everything like contorts ever so slightly around her. And I was like, oh, that's like that looks like something you would see in Hereditary. And then there was one later on where she slams the door, and the camera follows her in like an action shot way at some point, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome shot," but nothing else is shot specifically in that way. So I don't
Interesting.
know if it's maybe something to do with Toni Collette's character and the way she's framed in things.
I don't know. I'm so
Because,
curious to have another look at
could,
this movie and try to figure that out.
because, like, okay, so you have the so surely it would have to be something to do with grandmother, and she's a mother, and then you have Toni Collette, who's a mother. So if it's something maybe connecting the both of them in some way, it's the only
I'll be so
thing.
honest, I have no idea even where to start with it. But it's so interesting to me that there's something that people just haven't noticed yet. I almost like that we haven't figured it out, so we can just tell people to go watch this again and try to figure it out for themselves.
I think it has something to do with the war. I feel like the Austria connection and the Jew reference and the I've not felt this hungover since the Pope died. There's something in there. And it's going to
I can
annoy
see
me.
that. I mean, let's have more conversations about this. We should try to figure this out. I'd like to.
You ever one that's got the
We-
fancy Blu-ray with everything on it? I tried to look up stuff and all I could find was shitty AI YouTube videos on the fucking movie.
I'll keep watching. Worst case scenario, we can have another conversation about this and edit it into the back end of this once we've solved
Maybe
it.
we could do an annual Krampus special where we try and figure out Krampus again.
Hey man, I've seen this a few times. I'm gonna watch it again. I know that much.
Oh, that's gonna fuck with me. That's gonna fuck with me so bad because I find it weird that I was like, oh, that's a strange thing that was in that film, and you're like, oh yeah, we said there's something in that film.
That they said nobody that they've seen has deciphered properly yet. Yeah,
I'm looking up Krampus movie World War One and see if anyone's talking about that.
because I don't think they're even gonna say anything about it in the interviews. It sounds like they want to keep it secret until someone else figures it out.
Krampus movie. Well, we're the one that figures it out, and we never hear us.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, we can have another recorded conversation and edit it into the back end of this. We can do a little
Ah, fuck.
sizzle for us figuring it out right now.
There's a really shitty, like, Krampus film called Krampus Origins that's set during World War One, so I couldn't even look it up if I tried.
I do want to say it looks like Weta Workshops worked on this, which I think is Steven Spielberg's go-to. That makes a lot of sense.
Chris, that's gonna fuck me up, man. It's 3 in the morning. I can't be thinking too hard.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll watch through it again. I'll watch some of the alternate things. There's an alternate ending apparently.
Oh shit.
I'm watching it right now. We can get this one out of the way while we're talking here. The subliminal imagery, they said they mentioned something about it in the commentary. So I'll listen through the commentary again and I'll give you off pod some more information on that. When I started the commentary, they mentioned something about there's another blank. I don't remember what they were talking about. I think that
Another
is,
what?
I don't know. I don't remember what they were mentioning, but there's something unsolved, which fascinates me.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, I've ruined Charlie. I've broken it.
Oh, I'm looking through Reddit threads, and people are just like, haha, I like Christmas. Just fuck up. That's what I'm looking for.
The alternate ending looks like Max finds the bell and no one else notices it. Everyone's happy, having a good holiday. The ending they used is everyone else sees it and acts scared of it. So I think that kind of confirms that they're in hell at the end of this.
Yeah, I feel like regardless of that ending, it's like regardless of what one they use, the end result is still the same.
So, yeah. They're just in permanent Christmas.
Oh good god, there's so many Reddit threads on this movie. Someone on Reddit must have had like a schizophrenic downturn and has started seeing shit in this movie other people haven't. Someone's put
What do
an
you mean?
explained, but that's just someone talking
Oh
about
no.
why are they in the snow globe, and that's not that's irrelevant. That's clearly not important. That's clearly
No,
just
it's
they're
not.
under the curse. Unless there's more
There's a
snow globe
5-part
motifs.
featurette about making this movie. There's so many special features. I got to shout
Five
out
part.
Scream Factory and Shout Factory for their crazy Blu-rays.
Yeah,
They're
we
going
don't.
out soon, aren't they? They're going to stop making them.
Yeah, they got bought out by a company that's like, yeah, we're not. If they're integrating them into one and they're slowing down releases to cut them out at some point.
Oh, that sucks. I'm going to cherish my Krampus and Event Horizon Blu-rays then.
It pisses me off. Usually Scream Factory, Shout Factory, their releases, we get versions of it over here. We just never got one for Krampus. No
Really?
one's picked up the UK distribution. I don't know, maybe there's something funky. Because we only have the base Blu-ray still when it came out.
I made sure to pre-order Event Horizon and Krampus because I wanted the posters for both.
You get some bangers. You also get the Pumpkinhead 4K. We never got that over here as well.
Oh, I should have gotten that. Yeah, Pumpkinhead's a fun one. That has some good practical effects in it.
I suppose,
Dan Winston, the goat.
is this where we're ending off on you having an existential
Yeah, I
crisis?
feel like we've trailed off of it. But we've given some people some stuff to think about. We've given them something to investigate if they want to. I think this is a good ending.
You've ruined me,
Go
Chris.
check out Krampus from 2015. Don't watch any other Krampus movies because they're all bad besides this one.
Or watch them all and tell us if any of them have anything in them.
Sure. Yeah, actually, watch every single one and email us, and then we'll read out your email on the podcast. Oh,
Read out your
that's where
ranking.
we need to end. Is you can contact us at the Uncanny Valley Pod on Instagram. You can email us at theuncannyvalleypod@gmail.com. Contact us. Leave a review. If you leave a review, we'll read it. Thank you for listening.
Bye bye.